Hi, folks. How are we doing tonight? All right. When you've been around working with a fellow like Gordon Lightfoot for all the years, all the decades that we have, we naturally have some stories to relate. And rather than tell you many of the stories about me, I'll tell you a couple of stories about Gordon Lightfoot. Now, do we have any Gordon Lightfoot fans in the crowd? Well, that's good, because the stories might mean a little more to you. Okay, let's go back several years. This is a couple of I remembers, not long stories, but a couple of I remembers. I remember a time that a superfan drove with his wife up the California coast from their home in Malibu to a concert in Stockton, California, where the superfan had to see a concert by his hero, his inspiration. Gordon was all of those things to the superfan. So he showed up with his wife, and because he and Gordon had become friends over the years, Gordon invited her to hang out with us in the afternoon before the show. And now this superfan had become more than just a friend to Gordon. Through Gordon's inspiration, the superfan had become a pretty good songwriter on his own. He had written songs like Help Me Make It Through the Night, For the Good Times. Anyway, Gordon arranged for the superfan to sit just off stage to see the concert. And throughout the concert, this gentleman gave us more standing ovations than I can remember. The one moment in that concert that stands out for me the most was sitting that close to Gordon Lightfoot, sitting just over here, a little ways from the superfan. We played a song that Gordon had played and had recorded that was written by this gentleman. And this gentleman, of course, was Chris Christopherson. When Chris and his wife left, we all thanked him for coming, and he said to us, "Thank you for the best night of music in my life." So, another quick I remember when we joined Gordon for a concert, for a Canada Day concert on Parliament Hill up in Ottawa. This was back in 1999, and there were tens of thousands of people there. But sitting in the front row, dead center, was Queen Elizabeth. So, I mean, that's kind of memorable. And as the concert went on, I couldn't help but check out the Queen. You know, you kind of look to see how she's doing. She having a good time. Anyway, at one point, the Queen was checking out the stage, and our eyes met. So, what's a grown boy to do? I gave her a wink. And the Queen was not amused. Anyway, it all turned out okay. She texted me later. Everything turned out fine. So that's a couple of I remembers from spending time with Gordon.